Yuhan R&D Institute is a dynamic pharmaceutical research hub that develops innovative new drugs. Our patient-focused approach to R&D positions Yuhan Corporation as an emerging leader and ideal international partner in the global pharmaceutical marketplace. In addition to creating quality pharmaceuticals, Yuhan scientists study the cutting-edge platform technologies that help create tomorrow's breakthrough medicines.
건강한 혈행을 위한 오메가3 프로메가, 건조한 눈, 기억력 개선까지 프로메가.
건강도 프로답게 관리하세요.
프로가 선택한 오메가3 프로메가.
종근당 건강.
Good afternoon. I'm James Cheong, CEO of George Clinical, and I'm really very pleased to be having this opportunity to present to you what George Clinical is and what we can do in terms of supporting outsourcing needs in clinical research. How do we adjust the slides? Oh, sure. Right, so in summary, we are based in Australia, headquartered in Australia, but Asia-Pacific-based CRO, full service across Asia-Pacific and in the US. In Europe, we have a team providing project management and clinical operations services. And we do have some services such as data management, scientific leadership, endpoint adjudication that are either based in Australia or the US, but that could provide the overall global coverage. We have been in the business for 20 years. We started off as part of the George Institute, which is an academic research organization, but we branched out then into commercial research as the years go by. We do have certain expertise in some therapeutic area in oncology, renal medicine, and chronic diseases. So when it comes to renal trials, no other CROs have as much experience as we do in clinical trials in this area. Currently, we are about 300 staff globally in Asia Pacific, US, and Europe, and we are operating in 16 countries across the globe. So this is our footprint across the world. Our headquarters is in Australia, in Sydney. We are across Asia Pacific, and then US and Europe. For Latin America, we work with a partner, but we don't have our own team there. So we can provide support for clinical trials from phase 1 to phase 4. And what set us apart from most other CROs is the fact that we do have the scientific leadership expertise within the organization due to the fact that we are affiliated to the George Institute for Global Research as well as to the West Cancer Center in the US. So what this means is that we can leverage on key opinion leaders in oncology, in renal medicine, and cardiovascular diseases and so on to help with the trial design, to provide input into project plans, and also to use their peer-to-peer influence in terms of recruitment and motivation of the sites. We are global enough to run global trials across most countries, but yet we are not so big that small biotech companies would get overlooked in terms of the support and the focus that they need. So we felt that for us to bring that special value to our clients, we have the ability to focus on science, service, and solutions. We provide the scientific leadership. We give high level of service delivery, and we work together with our clients to find solutions for trials. Right, so this nicely sums up our distinctive feature. In terms of the trial delivery, we perform to global standards as any other big CROs. We have the global coverage, but at the same time, we have the ability to provide support in terms of the scientific expertise, whether in trial design, whether in interfacing with the regulators, whether in recommending national investigators in the various countries, and also engagement on an ongoing basis as the trial continues. So we bring together the science part as well as the operational excellence bit of trial delivery. And this is our area of expertise. Cardiovascular diseases, renal diseases, and neurology, very much based on the fact that we are part of the George Institute, and oncology from our team in the US, where there's a strong affiliation to the West Cancer Center. In the countries where we have offices, these are the local delivery that we can provide in terms of trial management, site monitoring, regulatory submission, medical support, quality assurance, and so on. And then we have also services that we can cover across the globe: data management, biometrics, audits, scientific leadership, protocol development. And how we manage the governance and the oversight of our trial is twofold. One is through a matrix functional structure where each function eventually report globally to ensure that no matter where the trial is run in, we perform to the same standards, the same processes, whether in China or India or Korea or the US. But we also have the oversight at the country level to have that management at the country or regional level to pool the different functions together and provide local leadership in that region. So I will now spend some time to talk about scientific leadership. This is not something that most other CROs can provide. So what we can do in this space is that we have key opinion leaders from the George Institute, from the West Cancer Center, whom we can leverage on. And besides these two research institutions, we also have key opinion leaders from other countries that we have engaged to be on our scientific leadership panel. So what they can do is to provide that scientific input to companies in terms of trial design, where to find sites that can deliver the patients, which KOL we can recommend to be the national PI in a particular country, and as well as motivating. So motivating the sites in terms of keeping the trial engaged, keeping the patients retained in the study, and also driving patient recruitment. And they could also, besides the operational team, provide their medical expertise to help draft a recruitment plan that can better serve the needs of particular trials. Right, so these scientific leaders across the globe, as and where needed, will be supported by a dedicated team of scientific leads within George Clinical, who can then ensure that they deliver the maximum effectiveness through the strong operational support. And this is a typical scientific leadership structure for a global trial, where we then have a global scientific lead, and in each region there's a regional scientific lead. They will work with the scientific leaders, the KOLs in the various countries, together to deliver this scientific leadership service. And besides so that is something unique for George Clinical. For DM services, we work with different systems, right? So we have ClinDev, and we also have Meditated Rave, and so on and so forth, depending on the needs of our clients. And we can do the full scope of work from biometrics, biostatistics, programming, data management. In terms of the scientific, medical and safety services, we provide medical monitoring, safety management, endpoint adjudication, medical writing, and regulatory strategy. So, in summary, why partner with George Clinical? So why should a pharma company, a biotech company, choose to work with George Clinical compared to other CROs? I think firstly, we are well established. We have been in the business for 20 years. We have managed trials locally. We have managed trials across the region. We have also managed trials across the globe. And some of these trials are very large trials with many thousands of patients that we have successfully recruited on time. We are based in Asia Pacific, so if there are biotech customers here who need some strong support locally, we are here, and we have an office in Korea. I've mentioned before, we are big enough to run any global trial, but yet not so big that we don't give enough attention to any of our clients. So in terms of the TA, we covered all the TA there are in the industry, but we have that particular expertise based on the fact that these are scientific leaders that we can leverage on in oncology, in renal medicine, and chronic diseases. So what the scientific leadership advantage can bring is that there's the investigator network that they can recommend, that they can put together, the peer-to-peer engagement at the site level, not just a CRA or a project manager engaging the PI and checking on why recruitment is slow, but also to get a peer to understand why we have recruitment challenges during a trial, if need be. And then also to provide their input into the trial design. So in summary, what we believe is a distinctive differentiator for George Clinical is that we deliver science, we deliver service, and in the end, we find solutions for our clients. So that brings me to the end of my presentation. And if there are questions that you have on George Clinical, what we can do for you, I will be happy to answer them now.
아기에게 라토핏 핏핏핏핏 아이들도 라토핏 핏핏핏핏 우리 가족 라토핏
맞춤형 생유산균.
내 몸에 피 라토핏 종근당 건강.
당신이 밀려오는 두통을 참고 있을 때 당신의 친구들은 밀려오는 음악에 몸을 맡기고 있다.
두통? 참으면 당신만 손해. 참지 말고 즐겨라. 펜잘.